Urgent video update for Bitcoin. This is London with Bitcoin's buy currently 29,292. I want to go over a level of resistance that's kind of hidden for a moment. Also want to let's talk about this 200 exponential moving average on the specific 1 hourly chart. If you'll take a look at that particular blue line, that blue line has acted, that 200 exponential moving average has acted as a level of resistance over the past several weeks, guys. Please hit the like button if you appreciate these updates. As I get into the details for you, I would very much appreciate that. Yeah, over the last 20 days, that blue line 200 exponential moving average has acted as a level of resistance. I informed the VIP last night as we were trading in the back. If you're not VIP, guys, you got to join. We're nailing trades. We're having a great time, guys. In terms of this level of resistance, I informed them I was taking at that level. It's nice to see that pivot, boom, hit there and to the downside, trajectory to the downside. Now, in terms of upside targets, I want to provide, let's say, a note of caution here as we look at the specific pattern formations in play. Okay, on the 1 hourly chart, we have a specific level of resistance that we're about to come into contact with. If you're looking, let's say, at a specified channel formation, and do understand where we're currently at, where's the price action? Where have we been in terms of the entirety of it? Yes, we're near. Let's just review the daily very quickly, guys, extremely quickly. And I appreciate you guys and your time today. Hope you're having a good Memorial Day weekend. Okay, in terms of the retracement down to, I'd say, on the USD pair, the 65th% retracement. Boom, golden pocket, right? That golden pocket is a mainstay in terms of crypto. You guys know that. In terms of the markets as well, Fibonacci level targeting. Here we go into the golden pocket. Exactly. Guys, on Tether, you'll recall that we just fell just slightly short of the 61.8 on the dollar pair. We actually trajected perfectly down into that 65th, just shy of the 61.8 on that Tether pair. So that is where we are. We can confirm that very quickly on the USD chart. Let's go ahead, USD chart. You'll see, bam, right down into that 65th% retracement. Very important, the golden pocket, right? So that discrepancy between the dollar and Tether, the pairing, we've noted that, guys. We're compensating for that. Literally, we're adjusting for that continually in the back. In terms of, let's go through a few features in terms of what your trade day looks like, in terms of what you're doing. We'll probably stream later today, okay? I know that you guys are likely busy with the weekend, but we'll probably stream later today on the daily chart just to look at where we're at on the daily. Looks like we're expressive of as if we are expressive of some sort of a descending wedge with slightly flat support. That's not ideal. We would always prefer to have more of a decline in terms of the level of support on our specific descending wedges. The more flat that this level of support becomes, the less attractive it is for the bulls, just to let you know, in terms of a strong trajectory to the upside. But this is the daily chart. We can say that is expressive of a descending wedge with some implications in terms of potential near flat support line there. Now, in terms of the distinctions that need to be made, okay, so recognizing, let's say, on the 4 hourly, as we scope in from that daily to the 4 hourly, this will be a nice review for you guys just to sit back and relax a little bit on this weekend. Maybe those who can't catch the stream, et cetera, later on, or who just need a break. Hopefully you guys are doing well. This specific symmetrical triangulation on the 4 hourly, absolutely. Very nice pattern. I did inform VIP. I informed everybody, guys, is particularly the VIP, from the level of resistance to the support, the constriction between the sellers and the buyers. Always be prepared for Bitcoin to bite the shorts in terms of this, and take money for the shorts in this zone. We would have, for instance, okay, a typical construction of this. We would have a projected target to the downside, a healthy projected target to the downside, still may be achieved. However, BTC likes to, okay, in spite of that amplitude move to the downside, BTC likes to frequently just take money from shorts, guys. So those who are betting against the price action, betting on it going down, this is a classic move by Bitcoin that we're seeing. Glad that I could bring that to the mix for the VIP. Now, in terms of the 4 hourly, let's look at this 4 hourly. I think it's very interesting right now. If you take a look at the 4 hourly, we do have a rising wedge structure. Okay, that rising wedge structure is typically a bearish feature. We can dial this back just a touch to this level here. Looking at the 4-hourly chart, typically a bearish structure. Okay, it did capitulate to the downside. Level of support of this constriction between the resistance and the support. That was we did capitulate. That was within expectations. Boom, moved to the downside. However, we did push, quote unquote, push into an additional rising wedge feature. Very important. We have multiple. We have the requirements for the rising wedge. We have the pivot. Okay, hit 1, hit 2 at a level of resistance. The sellers, right? We have hit 1, bam, hit 2, the level of support, the buyers. This constriction, okay, a rising constriction. Both lines are constricting between the resistance and the support, constricting in an upward apex. When I discuss an apex at all, if we are targeting at all, just to let you know, and this is a good say reminder for those who are new to VIP that will have specific. I'll do some specific. I'd say. What we say, videos like this from time to time, just to make sure we're up to par on the macro to the micro. This is not a typical video, but we'll go through this. Okay, we may, in addition, I'll definitely give the VIP in the back, and so that you know, the VIP in the back. These are our rooms. These are our trade rooms. Top trade team guys, doing 100 rounds right now. Everyone is doing 100 rounds in terms of futures on LBANK. It's been very successful. We're very excited about that for our VIP. So this specific formation on the 4-hourly is technically bearish. As we continue to operate up and above this specific apex, I'm going to identify this now for the VIP, and we'll definitely do this in the back. I'll even screenshot this as we are in the process of making this video, so that the VIP will know, we've got a target to deal with. Now, that target's going to be the apex of this, essentially the agreement. Okay, we have an agreement. Technically, there's an agreement between the level of resistance, as we would look at this level of resistance, right, or 2 pivots of resistance. This specific level of support with the 1-2 on the support, 1-2 on the resistance. Yes, this is specified. We at least have agreement in terms of this specific I'd say apex. That convergence in form of price is agreed upon technically, if nothing else, at 29,205. So digging into the lower time frames, I'll say that this will stick. I will put a lock on this specific feature here, so that we know that that is a target from the 4-hourly on this rising wedge. Now, on into how the charts change. Always make sure, look at the difference between the 4-hourly. You see your trajectory looks like it's just cruising up. Looks like we're making headway. Looks like we're going into new territory. Always pay attention, guys. Always pay attention. That next level down. The 1-hourly, look at how things change. Boom. There we go. Now we're heading back. It looks like even to that target. However, I would reframe the hourly. I would go to work on the hourly now, as we would look at the hourly chart. And independent of each time frame is the next time frame, right? That's the way that we approach these. But we look for considerations. We look for, I would say, confirmation is the right word, as we look for an agreement between the specific time frames. The agreement or the confirmation, right? Are all signals pointing in the same direction, or all the signals pointing in opposite directions? Now, what we had on the hourly was very nice. I'm looking for another key signal on the hourly now. As we would look at the move to the upside, this symmetrical consolidation here was a very nicely presented move on the hourly. You can clearly see this. Look at this amplitude, the repeat of the flagpole to the upside. Bam. This is just a classically defined bull pennant. Bit of a messy bull flag below. Different time frames had this a bit cleaner in this area with the run up and the channel formation to the downside, right? But so we had let's say the bull flag formation here. We had the bull pennant structure here on the hourly, repeat of the flagpole. Currently, what the bears are looking at, I'll tell you right now, what the bears are interested in right now is not the bull pennant. No, we can do without that on the hourly time frame. What the bears are interested in, let me tell you, is the fact that, well, amidst that bull pennant, we also did set a very nice, looking at this, we also did set a very nice rising wedge feature as a breakout of that bull pennant. You see the rising level of resistance across the top. Here, you see the rising level and constricting this level of support from the bottom. You'll see that ultimately concluding in a constricted apex. This is something the bears are looking at right now and saying, yes, I like this as a target. So this is an application of target processing, as we would see from these agreements that have been in the market between. And just understand the agreement between the sellers and the buyers, level of resistance, level of support, okay? The sellers at resistance, buyers at support. There was an agreement here, at least technically, at least there is an agreement with the understanding that we're coming to a conclusive apex or a concluding price here. Now, this is typically supposed to be, guys, and yes, they can be beat, but there's supposed to be a rising wedge is supposed to be a bearish feature. Thus, to the extent that we're going to see patterning, I'd say, or price up and above a rising wedge, the bears right now are focused on this price. I would just tell you, just as we were on the 4 hourly, the bears are focused, boom, on this price right here, right now. So let's go ahead and lock that in. Let's say that's another, let's say, agreement in the market that has been overlooked. Let's take a look at that. And guys, hope you're doing great on your weekend. In terms of this video, this is just for anyone who really wants to spend some extra time on a Memorial Day weekend and just needs to look at some technicals or otherwise. Hope you guys are doing well. So in terms of these downside features, we have identified 2 of them thus far. In terms of any downside target, what's the big caveat right now? The big caveat right now, or the big warning, is that we are below. I'll just bring this up. We are below, okay, if we would look at the 4 hourly. You'll want to constrict that. You'll want to condense that 4 hourly chart quite a bit. But we are below this symmetrical triangulation, as already stated. Thus, it is not exactly bear country. I'll let you know that. You guys understand. This is an unhospitable place to be shorting. It just is, and it always has been in terms of my recollection with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has liked to lay waste to the shorting, let's say the shorting interest in this specific area. Don't know why. It's just been something that we've picked up on and we've seen frequently between this level of resistance, level of support, constricting in a symmetrical fashion. Absolutely. This specific area right in here, guys, any area below, typically, I'll just say typically, we see it more frequently than not that shorters have a difficult time. Frequently, they can get out of the line of support. However, shorts become difficult thereafter, as BTC likes to surprise to the upside, kind of like I'd say a fake out on the symmetrical triangulation. So we've looked into the hourly. Now, ideally, I would love to see a breakout on the hourly. Now, this is very important. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. This level of support across the top, you'll see that we are in the process of pushing this level of resistance here. Very important time for Bitcoin on the hourly. Please pay attention, because on the 30-minute, for instance, on the 30 minutes, let's readjust the level of resistance. On the 30 minutes, you're up and out, guys. You're up and out. You're already in the process here of confirming off the level of resistance. Boom, flip to support, and trying to get up and out. So the hourly is presenting the traders a completely different framework to operate within. The 30-minute versus the hourly is crucial, is critical. I want you to please pay attention to that, okay, to the extent that we're still within this level of resistance right now. If it's not pertinent when the video gets out, at least understand the difference between the 30-minute and the hourly can be hugely between any 2 time frames. That's called inconsistency, right? We don't have confirmation between the 30-minute and the hourly, or agreement. We don't have that between the 30-minute and the hourly on this level of resistance. So in terms of an upside target, we would like to break this channel. I'll just tell you, we'd like to break this channel, and in terms of this level of resistance, level of support, we would like to carry the amplitude, just a classic technical feature. We'd like to carry the amplitude up to the upside, guys, and we're going to mark this specific target here on the hourly chart as $30,706. We would like to have the, and I'll just say we would expect classic technical analysis, and not me talking. We're talking about like New York Institute of Finance, okay? Not me. It's their this is their I'd say we employ to the greatest extent possible their actual technicals, so that we're up to par with some of the best on Wall Street, etc. To the extent that that is very possible and feasible, we attempt that daily, guys. So this specific channel formation here, this level of support, level of resistance, amplitude move, boom to the upside. That's what we'd like to see. That 37.11 is the specified target to the upside from this specific move. Now, what I will tell you in terms of the, let's go into one more feature here. I want to go into the extensions very quickly, as we're retesting that blue line, which we started the video off with. Let's go into the specific Fibonacci extensions. We're going to start the extension. Choose Fibonacci extension. You know that. Start the extension at this bottom level here. Let's click 1 there. Click 2 is at the high here. Then we're going to bring this down to this level. We're going from low to high to low on the hourly. Let's take a look at where that lands us. From the low, click 1, to the high, click 2, to the low, click 3. Bam, Fibonacci extensions, okay? To the extent that we are currently at this 23.6, such cannot be disputed in terms of that extension application. And what I'll say, that 29,391 is a real level thus far. To the extent that we have a variation between the carry up feature, if we were to revisit this notion that, well, we would like to express the amplitude to the upside, that would be the expectation, right? We're going to look, do we have confirmation between the two targets? If we have the amplitude move to the upside, where does that land us? Essentially, the question presented, where would that land us in terms of the actual extensions to the upside? So we would see that amplitude move, essentially repeating that channel to the top side, would put us in the midst, guys, between a 50% target and a golden pocket target. So I would pay extra special attention to that fact. We may want to dig a little bit deeper into the actual candle wicks or a different time frame to see if we can get up to that golden pocket, right? So we'll go ahead and mark this again, but we'll also mark the 50%, or note the 50% here as a key level at 30,519, and the 38.2 as a key level of resistance, as you're currently experiencing a level of resistance, at this 23.6. That 38.2 is the next natural target on the Fibonacci's. The 50 is the next natural target after that. So you'll see buyers, you'll see traders taking at each level. And in terms of there being a right or wrong answer, you'll see participants that are geared maybe towards trading at their own schedule, right, or their own levels of familiarity. Some traders may use levels of extensions at all times. They may take consistently at the 23.6, and that's it. They may instead start to short at the 23.6. They may consistently take at the 38.2, or they may begin to initiate shorts at the 38.2. Correct, guys. They may take it to 50, et cetera, or they may institute shorts at that 50% retracement. And I bring up the measured move of the specific channel formation for your information, so that you guys have a guidepost there. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Just wanted to bring you guys some information, some solid information on the technicals, and further invite anyone who's not already a member of the VIP to definitely join our VIP. It is a great group in the back. I'll look at Sean real quickly. Just Sean, how are you, sir? Hope you're having a great day. We've had I noticed that Sean was in the group this morning. Chris is definitely advancing his trade game, without a doubt. Chris, you're doing great. And I'll just say this, in terms of the entire group that we have, I'm looking forward to speaking with some of you today. And I'll let you know in the profile section under Twitter, you'll go to all you type in is THEKINGDOM, the Kingdom. All right, and then you'll scroll down to the bottom. It says go to the Kingdom. Don't select these, guys. You don't need to select those. Just go to the Kingdom. That's us, guys. And looking at this in terms of this link right here next to Texas, that is the link for VIP. You'll be able to hit that link and join in for 125x and a couple hundred plus bucks in terms of any kind of let's say an account for futures. If you'd like to try that out, we'd like you to be a member of VIP if you do. But LBANK is right here, 125x or 50x on your altcoins. And in terms of this, guys, looking at this link here, that's the one to hit so you can join our back rooms. And I really encourage each and every one of you to join. Here's Richard. Former U.S. military, my brother, how are you? What's going on? Richard, nice to have you in VIP. Richard has been tearing it up. I know he's been busy. We've got Amos here. Amos, brother, what's going on? Nice to see you as well. And just these are just a few of the individuals who are members of VIP and who are doing extremely well. And I always have to shout out to Vlad, my man. Hope you're having a good and safe holiday weekend. A great trader. He loves to trade. So, guys, that's our requirement in terms of blue collar, white collar. Well, guys, it doesn't matter. Old collar, I say old collar or new collar. If you guys, as long as you want to beat the market, we would love to participate in that journey for you. We have multiple, and I'll point this out very quickly as a just as a reminder for anyone who has not seen this last week, but multiple trades this last week, 500%. We had 3 or 4 participants in the $400 or $500 range. There's a new VIP, etc. And the 453% was another one. 453%. Just I saved a few of these because they're just literally, it was outrageous. VIP were on fire for 2 or 3 days, very clearly with the price action, while BTC was dropping. VIP were making money. So those are some actual true representative returns from the VIP. And that's with LBANK on futures. And I'd be happy to walk anyone through that as I am walking each VIP member through their first futures, which will be a hedge trade. I like to walk everyone through a hedge trade. I'm a former hedge fund owner. So to the extent that can correlate at all, guys, or if it doesn't, it was a non-SEC private hedge fund. But yes, indeed, this is London, former financial professional, not financial advice. I appreciate all of the time that we spent today. I hope it's worthwhile, and I mean that. To the extent that we're able to stream later, I would look forward to that. And to the extent we're not, I think this is a great review, just very direct and straightforward, a great review of the technicals right now, including the extensions, including the differentials on the time frames. Remember and guys, the time frame's complicated as we go lower and lower, you know that. But between the extensions, between the hourly and the 30-minute, whether or not we're even out of this channel. To the extent that we have the symmetrical triangulation, the differential also was covered on the USDT versus the USD chart. So to the extent that we have also a differential in the amplitude, right, between the extensions, I think that we've covered quite a bit in terms of a risk assessment here on Bitcoin. So that's what we'd like to trade. That is our mainstay. Shout out to Angel, invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. Top VIP on top shelf there. You'll see him on the top right. We appreciate all of you. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Have a great weekend, and we may be able to stream later. You guys take care of yourself. And in terms of the trades, the only thing I will state as a matter of fact is that we do have additional Fibonacci levels below. Not extensions, but Fibonacci retracements. Let's just cover that real quickly. All right, we did have a lot of success after I brought that video earlier this week. Brought the video saying, hey, be prepared to operate from the low to the high on the candle wick. Absolutely. We just slammed into this golden pocket area. Boom. We caught that. VIP caught that in the back. Very exciting to see that. And I hope that you guys are trading well. So I would be prepared for all the Fibonacci levels in between. All right. In between this, I'd say, most recent level of support and this, let's say that established level of support on the candle wicks versus that established level of resistance right here. And you'll just see that's exactly where we're picking up right now. Boom. We're right just up and over that 23.6, that top level of the Fibonacci as measured on the candle wicks. So deploy your micro fibs, establish your intermediate fibs. I won't exactly call these Fibonacci's macro, because we do have another larger, I say a ground zero to the all-time high. All right, the ground zero to the all-time high would just literally be, just so that we understand, the ground zero to the all-time high literally would be 0, right, to the all-time high. Bam. Okay, and those would be your real macro kind of ground zero to all-time high targets. Intermediary targets would be on, let's just say the intermediary targets here, just to make sure I cover these Fibonacci's, just to make sure we get through it, guys. It's been a good video thus far. We'll close it out well. Intermediary would be this zone, let's say in the 4 hourly, and those micro targets would be down in this zone, currently picking up in this 23.6. Great luck to all the traders, whether or not you're VIP, but hey, we want you to be VIP. It's a good group, guys. I'm a member. I'm back there as well. It's my station, but yo, we're having a good time. Hope you guys take care of yourself. This is London with Bitcoin Spike.